Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Knox, U.S. Global Command 12.4. Alright, straight into tech. Caterpillar drive, SDI with 2 dice, advanced manufacturing, advanced airborne. Okay. Yes to SDI, no to everything else. So the Americans go to stage 3 of SDI. That will have some implications for Team Red later on. Okay, that's it for that. There's no global operations. No global operations, nothing to release. So, military aid and purchase. The Americans are using 6 battle stars to send NATO a minor shipyard upgrade, and then they're spending 6 to send them an amphib. Then they're going to do 24 for 6 MBTs. Yeah, those are, barrels are yellow. I have some early gen MBTs painted for the Americans just on the chance that one day they might get to use them. So right now, they're stand-in MBTs. And they're spending 15 on 3 A-10s, which is the per turn purchase limit for those. 14 on a pair of advanced ASFs. 6 on an F-117. 8 on another B-1. And they're spending 4 to advance the supercarrier on the build chart 1 space. And saving 1. Okay, that's that. Combat. There will be a little bit of combat here. All right. The forces in Afghanistan, as meager as they are attacking Turkmenistan. They are invading the Soviet Union. 2 attack choppers from North Pakistan will fly 1-2 to join the attack, as well as 4 fighters will also go up there to join in the fun. Then the Marine from Eastern Iran and the MBTs in Shiraz are attacking Tehran. They're going to be supported in their attack by the air from the carrier in I-6. Top Gun ASF is going along to escort, and then the fighter and attack bomber are going. The fighter is going to be going in on seed to take first strike away from that SAM. This SAM's also going up there. And then the forces from Baghdad are attacking Tabriz. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the air from down here in Makkah will go along to support the attack and also be there as escort in case that Soviet ASF decides to scramble. The Soviets haven't decided yet. Let's see. Actually, there's a combat here I'm going to do I overlooked. I think well, I guess not, because they can't reach. Never mind. And then up north here, the Soviets unleashed those nuclear ASMs on the fleet. The admiral just came unglued, so he has ordered an all-out retaliatory attack. So the frigate from A3, 1, 2 into A5. The frigate from A4 goes in along with the 2 destroyers, and the fighter is also going in sub-attack. Okay, then over here, the theater missile in Rhineland moves 1 space to northern Germany. He shoots his theater missile 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to attack the major army base in Murmansk. Then we're going to have a repeat of last time, if you recall that. I'm trying to get my camera set here. The B-1 in Western Poland, there is an air base there. He's going to take off, fly 1, 2 into Western Ukraine, where he fires the AGM-69 in facility strike against the major air base. Then he'll be shooting his AGM-86B at the major army base again. 2 ASFs from Western Poland are going along as escorts. From Rhineland back here, we have 2 attack bombers. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Going in here just like last time, if you remember, on a nuclear surgical strike. The B-52 from Rhineland, instead of going to its own zone this time, is coming into Western Ukraine to carpet bomb in conjunction with the surgical strike. And three American fighters from Lazio are going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4. Also to join that strike as escorts. Just in case the nuke strike on the airbase fails and the Soviets are able to scramble. And I think that will be it for there. I think I've pretty well committed everything that can be. All right. So we're going to shift over here for the auxiliary tray this time. Just stay right here on this side of the board. So the first thing we're going to have is the ASW fight in A5. So we have 2 frigates, 4, 1 hit. The Soviet SSNs don't get first strike because the destroyers and frigates all have passive sonar. So there is 1 hit by the Americans. Now we have the fighter at 3. There's the second hit that was needed. So the 2 SSNs shoot back. And and they get 1 hit in return. So the 2 Soviet SSNs are gone, and the Americans will lose a frigate. That one's done. Next, we will do the theater missile strike on the major army base in Murmansk. So 2 AMD shots. The missile is shot down. Okay, that's it for that. All right, now we will have the airstrikes in western Ukraine. So first off, we have the AGM-69 going against the air base. It gets 2 AMD shots. And they miss. Sorry, fellas. Let's see. AGM-69. I have forgotten again. I know that one doesn't roll very high. So let me... The AGM-69 is a D3. AGM-69 is a D3. Actually, I started this before rules changed when it was still a D4. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, that's 6. So that's going to be 2 damage. That is enough to prevent a scramble. So the extra escorts were for naught. All right, now the B-1 shoots the AGM-86B at the major army base. It gets 2 AMD shots. That missile is shot down. Okay, no joy for the nuclear facility strike by the B-1. Okay, now the B-52 carpet bombs. The Soviet ASF decided not to scramble. There was too many escorts. Okay, that one's cocked. Everything else missed. All the carpet bombing missed. Now we have 2 attack bombers. Nuclear surgical strike. All them dice, they only got 2 hits. 1 is a land target select. So they are going to target select an MBT. And then the Soviets will choose to take an early gen MBT as the other casualty. Okay, so we are done here. So now we will do the fight in Turkmenistan. There's 1 MBT, 4 attack choppers, and 4 fighters attacking 3 paramilitary. Nobody has any first strike. Is there terrain there? It doesn't look like it. Let me put the flashlight on it just to be sure. But I don't think there is. No terrain in Turkmenistan. Okay, so MBT misses. 4 attack choppers for 2 hits. 2 hits. 4 fighters. For 2 more hits, that's plenty. 3 paramilitary. 4 nothing. All right. They come off. And the Americans have successfully invaded the Soviet Union. Those guys up there, there we go. That's Americans up 1 to 63. Soviets down 1 to 39. All right, next we have the fight here in Tehran. The only first strike will be the, wait a minute, no. I said there's a fighter doing seed in regular combat, so no first strike for the defending SAM. Nobody gets first strike. And the Soviets decided this one, they are going to scramble the ASF. No, wait, he can't. He's out of range. No, he can't. Never mind. Out of range. All right, so attacking, and that is mountain territory. The Americans have 4. MBTs at 3. Everybody missed. Now we're going to have 4 next-gen MBT, or no, 2 next-gen MBTs. There is 1 land target select hit. So there's that. Now we have a fighter. Miss. Attack bomber, battlefield nukes. There are 2 general hits there. And, oh, the Marine. Attacking at 1. Okay, he missed. So now we have the SAM gets 1 air hit. Two light infantry, miss, mechanized, misses. All right, so for the land target select, the Americans are going to kill the mech. And then 2 general hits, the Soviets will take the SAM and 1 light infantry, leaving 1 light infantry. And the Americans have to take an air hit, which they will take on, well, the escorting Top Gun had to go to the box when the Soviets didn't have any air, so the Americans are going to have to take the hit on a fighter. Okay, now we go on. Let's do the attack bomber this time. Yes, ooh, boo hits. 2 next-gen MBTs. Boo hiss. No wonder, I'm using Soviet dice. MBTs. Okay, there is 1 hit, and that's what is needed. The Soviet defends for a miss. he's off there. I am very, very, very close to running the Americans out of roundels. Very close. So these guys go up here. And the air is just, you know, hanging out, waiting to do their thing. Okay, now we have the attack on Tabriz. There's no first strike for anybody. Let's see if we can end this one quick. Let's do the attack bomber battlefield nukes. There's 3 hits, more than enough to kill 1 paramilitary. He defends for a miss. He came close, but not quite. He missed. Okay, so these come off here. And now it is official. I am out of American roundels. I have tons and tons of American roundels, but I have run out. Okay, so there's the guys that captured Tabriz. The air is just kind of hanging out again. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3 land battle stars for the Americans. 3 land battle stars. And the Americans go up 2 more for Tehran to 65. Soviets down 2 more to 37. And I'm wondering, I'm not going to do an audit, but I think I may have made some mistakes. Well, no, the Soviets do have Nigeria. So that's why they've lost 1 home country territory. So yeah, that would balance out so that they're at the right amount. Never mind. All right, so there's that stuff. Combat's over. Now we're the fallout goes up from 7 to 9. Don't want to forget that. Now we go non-combat. Okay, the fighters there land in Afghanistan. These MBTs push up. These 2 MBTs push up. This one is going to backtrack 1, 2 over here because they forgot to go over here and capture Assam. That is worth something to the Americans. All right. These MBTs push up. This mech pushes up. The B-52 is going to move up to North Pakistan. The carrier air comes back down to the carrier. All right, now these MBTs are going 1, 2 over here to eastern Iran. These 2 mechs in this MBT are going to go 1, 2 into northern Saudi. This A-10 is going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4 up here to Afghanistan. These 3 fighters are going to go up here to Baghdad. Or, yeah, Baghdad. That's about everybody that can move there. Okay, now this way. It's SSN from I-5, 1, 2, 3 over to M2. 2 diesel boats, 1, 2 over to M2. Okay, these guys from A40, 1, 2, 3 up here to A20. The guys from A41, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Up here to A26. The guys here in A24, 1, 2, 3, 4 to A4, where they'll join the fleet. The cruiser also goes up to A4, where it will join the fleet. Actually, the cruiser is going up there. The rest of the fleet is going there. Yeah, that's how that needs to happen. You couldn't quite see. Sorry about that. And then back here, we got to untangle all this. So the B1 comes back here to Western Poland. The B-52 is very, very top heavy, uncooperative. He's also going back to Western Poland. The 2 ASFs are going back there. Oh, you know what? I just realized I completely screwed that up. That B-1 could not launch an airstrike from there because that's a NATO-possessed airbase. He can't do that. The B-52 and the attack bombers were okay from Rhineland because that's a joint base. Oh well, I'm not going to try to fix it. You'll see why in just a little bit. It's moot. You just have to take my word for it. All right, and then the F-117 and the Advanced ASF from Northeast United States are air redeploying for now to southern England. No, actually, they're redeploying to Rhineland. All right, that's that. Now place units. Carrier moves up 1 slot. Two MBTs in Afghanistan. Two MBTs in Shiraz. Two MBTs over here in Baghdad. Then we've got an A-10 in Afghanistan, an A-10 in Baghdad, an A-10 in North Pakistan, 2 advanced ASFs, an F-117 and a B-1 will be built over here at Northeast United States. That nice major air base there. There's those guys. Yeah, I can't believe I messed that up with that B-1 strike. Not being at a proper air base. Well, you know, these things happen, I guess. Okay, shipyard upgrade here for Scotland. And amphib gets built down here at we'll build the amphib down here at this minor shipyard over here in Lazio. There in M3. Okay, that's military aid delivered. Now we have collect income. The Americans are at 65. Plus 8 for Good Morning in America is 73. Plus 1 for Kashmir, 1 for Eastern Iran, 1 for Tabriz, 1 for Mosul, and that's that. So 73 and 4 is 77, plus the one they saved makes 78. All right, this is turn 12. So we have a variable end of game roll. Look at that. That's a 3. I didn't even have to cheat. Full disclosure, I was going to end the game this turn anyway. Because, I mean, this will be over and done with long before you guys see this video. But I have to break everything down and pack it up to go to Indiana for game weekend coming up with some good friends. So that has to be it for Operation Knox, because tomorrow I have to take all this down and, like I said, pack it up and make it transportable. So let's just have a look around here at how things wind up. I mean, it's no wonder I ran out of American roundels, because the whole of the Middle East and South Asia is all American. Not much action in Africa. I got confused on a rule in Africa is why that started to be something, but turned out to be nothing. You see the American Navy, huge American Navy getting ready to close in on the Soviets and Warsaw Pact. I mean, this is pretty much it. This is what the Soviets have. Warsaw Pact has been pushed back into the corner of what's left of their territory. Romania falls. Warsaw Pact, I mean, that's their surrender condition. Romania, East Germany, and West Poland. So, I mean, this one was pretty well done anyway. So there's where we are. Let's go over here and have a look. There's what the final tech chart looked like. Very, very tech heavy for the Americans and the Soviets. There's a final look at the income chart. Now the victory points. The Soviets actually lost that in the last American turn. So all they had was 1 point for more capital ships in the Black Sea than NATO alliance, and a land zone in Africa worth at least 1 IPP. So the Soviets scored 3 points. Warsaw Pact, nothing. And then NATO, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. What, that's worth 1, right? Yeah, that's 5 points. 6 points for NATO out of a possible total of 8 for them, I think. And then the Americans, there's 2, 3. Let's see, no Warsaw Pact Alliance land zones in the yeah, the Americans have got that one. So that's 3, 7. No Warsaw Pact Alliance land zones. Okay, the Americans do not get that one. Warsaw Pact Alliance land zone. Oh, minor. Yeah, the Americans got those. Actually, there's more of those for zones in Iraq. Because that was a no, it wasn't. That was a neutral. Oh, the Yemens. Yemen and South Yemen. Yeah, the Americans got those. So that's 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. The Americans got a lot of victory points there. So I'd say that's a decisive victory. Okay, that's going to be it for Operation Knox. It's going to be it for U.S. Global's final turn. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.